Hi everyone, my name is Lisa and welcome to Crepe Myrtle Row. Today I have another thrift haul video for you. I know some of you are ready for fall and ready to do your decorating, and a lot of you may have already started, but I'm just not ready for it. I mean, I'm ready for fall weather, don't get me wrong. I am so ready for the cooler weather. Somewhat. I mean, I would love it if it stayed around 80, and not 100. Because here in the South, you combine the heat and the humidity and it's just like awful. So I think that's why a lot of people really want fall. But I love the sounds of summer. Like during the day, the cicadas out, that sound they make, and hearing the birds and everything. And then at night, I loved the katydids and the frogs and the crickets. And I sleep with my window open just so I can hear those things. And I'm just not ready to stop hearing that. And I like the long days, the sun coming up early and going down late, setting late. I'm not ready to let go of summer yet. Let's just jump right into this. If you've been with me a while, you know I love to collect all kinds of vintage stuff, but vintage rolling pins is one of the things I love. In my kitchen, I have a plate rack that hangs up and down like that, and they just stack in it. The ones in it now all stay in there on their own. Just the way they're stacked in there, gravity holds them in place. Well, there's some gaps. There's some gaps like this in between each area, and so I knew I wanted to fill those gaps up with more rolling pins as I came across them for a good price. So finally, I think I've got all the pins that I need to fill up every bit of the space. And one of them in particular, I could not believe I found, but I will show you. But first, I'll show you this vintage melon baller. And I love this wooden, the patina to it, just all that rustiness, or not rusty, rusticness, I guess you could say. Love that. Distressing and all, and I collect all of the vintage red-handled kind of utensils like this, and I paid $1 for it. Well, keeping that in mind is what I'm wanting to do to some of these rolling pins. So I found this one, and I loved the old vintage look, but I want to make this handle kind of look like that. So it won't just be plain, because all my other rolling pins, most all of them have either green handles or red handles, but I loved that one. I think I paid, I don't know, $2 for it or something like that. And then this one, it was $2.25. I don't think it's as old, but I liked the wood look, the knots in it and stuff. And again, gonna paint the handle, so that will fill in. And then I had a wider space that I needed, so I found this one. And it was $1.99. This one is a newer one. Still got the sticker stuff on it. But I loved this stripe look. That made me think of the vintage dishes and stuff. And I don't know, I may paint the handle on this one in the navy color, or just leave it like it is. I don't know, but I like that one. And it's bigger than any I have. But then after I stacked all those up, I still had a little bitty tiny space. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to live with that unless I find another big one like this to trade one out with that will take up that gap. Well, then I went into a local antique store and I found this one. I've never seen one. I guess it's like a kid's. I mean, it's long like a regular one, but it's so tiny. I loved it, and it was red, and I think I paid like $2-3 for it. So that was perfect. The next thing I have is this vintage hand-painted Nasco Japan. But I loved that pattern, those colors and that chicken, and I love decorating with chickens also. Put that there. And then this little duck, I found him, I think it was $3. He was still in the box. And I have one very similar, but maybe a little slightly different from this one. And I love using them during Easter and spring. But I thought he was so adorable. find a place to put them. And I love good quality baskets for storage. And this one was $2.99, and it's the wire frame one, so it's good, heavy duty, has the little leather straps, and the size of it would be perfect for storage. And then I love wooden ships, and I found this one for $1.99. I could not believe that. In the antique stores, these are $40, $50. But $1.99 at Goodwill. And if you've seen the videos of my living room tour, as you can see, there's a ship on that. I have several of these in different sizes around because I do the beach theme in this room. And that will be added to that collection. And then for my craft room, I use just all kinds of things for storage in there. Like I said, you know, with that basket and stuff. It's not a matchy-matchy room. It is not a Pinterest-worthy room that you could go in there and be like, everything matches, you know, it's decorated. I don't worry about decorating that room. That room is strictly a working room or a storage room. And I use anything and everything that I find thrifting that can be utilized as a storage item. And so this will be a paint holder. I have several different types of cabinets like this, or different boxes that I have hanging on the wall for paint storage. I am running out of room for holding my paint, so when I, you know, come across any like this, I try to grab them. This one is actually an Ethan Allen, and I think it was made in, maybe that's supposed to be, it was 76 when it was made. And it's actually a spoon holder. I'm not going to use it for a spoon holder, like I said, because like these bigger bottles fit perfect down in here. And then the smaller bottles, it's deep enough that I could put like 2 deep there. Like if I have multiple bottles of the same color, I could stack them there. And then I still have room up there. And see, it's, you know, that little spoon part is not affecting it at all. So this will look good. I may paint it, or I may just leave it the color it is. All my other ones are different colors of wooden, you know, I mean, they're different shades of wood. But I want to show you what else you can do with these. If you like vintage handkerchiefs, and I do collect these, but I have something, you can take these little holder, or the little area that the spoon's supposed to go in, and put the vintage handkerchiefs, and then have a way of displaying your collection that way. I also, when I'm out thrifting, I try to find florals that, you know, for good prices. I think I paid $4 for this whole bundle, and I loved the dried, it looks like okra seeds and like beans and stuff. I just thought those were neat. And I mean, it's wired together. I could leave it as is or take it apart and use these in other arrangements that I make. So I always try to look for good florals out because they can get so expensive. Next are these little, I guess they're like Jello molds or whatever, but they're fish. And I love these things. And they were $1 a piece, so I got 5 of them. And normally I collect copper molds and stuff, but these would look good in, you know, like I have a huge dough bowl in my dining room, and I didn't do it this year, but normally I would have that room decorated with seashells and, you know, all beach themed nautical stuff. These would be really pretty mixed in the bowl of seashells and having these little silver fish tins around in there. And then this is the ones I actually collect to hang on my wall, the copper molds like that. And then see, they had the hanger on them. So I have a whole wall. I think this is all I need. I think I had one space left that I needed a mold for, and I found it. So probably won't be getting any more of those unless it's just something very unique I haven't seen before that I might be willing to trade out one I already have for. You know, because some of them, I do have a lot of different fish ones. So if I come across something very unique, I will trade out one of the fish ones for one of those. This next item I absolutely love. This vintage flower frog. And The whole it was $5, and I love it. I found this vintage little lamb for 99 cents, and I love him. He would be pretty at Easter or at Christmas time. Could use him. And I love decorating in my kitchen at Christmas with anything cooking related or gingerbread. And look, this ended up being perfect because it's the little bundt pan, and if you've been with me for a while, you know I collect the bundt pans. They hang all over the walls in my kitchen, so that was perfect for that. It's gingerbread, got the rolling pin and the other little red handled utensils, so he was just adorable, and I think I paid $2 for him. Can't wait to use him. And I do keep an eye out all year round for stuff like that in stores, because if you wait till Christmas time, you can't find them. Everybody gets them then. Then I found this vintage little, but I loved the little plastic old vintage. It makes me think of when I was a kid. I remember my grandmother had some of these around, and of course I collect the strawberries, so that goes with that. Then I have this little plate cake stand, I guess it is. It's made in Italy. It was $2.99. I use them not for food wise stuff. I use them just as risers in my decor, and with this being red, I can use it at Christmas, Valentine's, maybe even 4th of July stuff, but I just love giving height and dimension to any of my vignettes. And then y'all know my love of the strawberries, so I found this thermos carafe, and it was $1.99, and I just loved the strawberry pattern on that. And the inside's still good, so I could use it, you know, if I wanted to. And then lastly, I have, and I paid $2. It's just some pillow shams. It's like the quilted pillow shams. And what I use these for is crafting. Like back in the spring, I did some bunny pillows. It was shaped like a bunny rabbit. And I like to find these quilted shams because it looks like homemade quilts, but it's not. So you don't feel, you know, guilty of cutting up a quilt that someone spent a lot of time on. So these pillow shams, and you can find them all kinds of colors and patterns, are the perfect thing. And they're usually like $2-3 a piece, but I got 2 of them for $2. But they're the perfect thing for cutting up to do crafting stuff with. So got that. So that is all I have for this video. I don't know that I'll be on a schedule right now. I know, you know, before summer I tried to do once a week. And then I took the summer off to be with my daughter when she came to visit me. But I don't know. I will put them out as I get things, as I thrift things and find them up. I will show them to you. And like I said, come September, sometime in September, I'll start decorating and do, you know, room tours or decorate with me's or that kind of thing. But until then, if you don't already subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to join my YouTube family and hit the notification bell to be notified each time I upload. And come on over to Instagram and Facebook and follow me there. It's Crepe Myrtle Row on those platforms also. Until next time, bye.